Did you know you could automate AI films with just a single API key? Instead of using something like the Venice Studio and manually prompting shot after shot for your film, you could simply generate a new API key on Venice and run the Venice Video Harness. This is open source software for you and your AI agent to run at home. You give it the idea, the premise, your goals, and it'll run your agent through building the entire film. Now, a quick disclaimer, it's not going to be perfect the first time around, but it will be close and it will give you something to polish and fine-tune in the editing room. So before I show you how it works, let me show you what it can do. The Venice Video Harness just created this in a few hours for me.
4 million souls drift through this city, and not one of them leaves a trace. Wake up, old friend.
A city of ghosts. Nothing sticks to anyone.
And this is the sum total of my investigation. I beg you, one crumb.
The perfect crime.
Now there are multiple ways to get started using the Video Harness. One is to simply install it on your computer in the command line. Now this is the most advanced route, so you can skip it if that sounds scary, but you simply open up a terminal on your computer, type in npm install /g Venice Video Harness, and it will install the software. After that, run the Venice Video Setup, and it will ask you for your API key. Grab that from the Venice API settings page. Paste it in, you won't see it for security reasons. Choose a default project workspace, and you're ready to go. Next up, you type in Venice Video New, and it will walk you through your film, step by step. So I want to make a film. Let's call it Venice Hits 4 Million Users, Celebration, concept or premise. A detective in Venice is looking to find dirt on the citizens of Venice, but cannot find anything. Genre, comedy. Setting, Renaissance era Venice. Audio strategy. Do we want native dialogue from the video generation model, or do we want lip sync from other audio files, or simply narrative voiceover? I'm going to go native dialogue here. We'll have the video generation model create the dialogue. Video model family. Default will use seed dance, but you can choose whichever model family you want based on your desires and budget. So I'll go with seed dance. Then you choose your intelligence model. We are not using an agent right now. We're just using the CLI. So we need an intelligence to help us out here. I'll go with Kimi. Next, we're ready to start the video, and I copy that command and I continue. So the harness now is going to help me walk through the whole story, and then it is going to generate all the reference files, generate all the videos, and even edit it, assemble it together into something you can then watch, or at least take into the editing room with an XML file. But we'll get to that in a minute. But maybe this is all too complicated for you to use the command line, and I understand that. So here's another option. Go to OpenCode.ai, an open source coding agent. More command line stuff, but don't worry, because you can simply download it for your computer as a desktop app. Now, once you've got it installed and open, you can open up the settings, find your providers tab, and choose Venice. Add your API key to the new Venice provider, and here we go. Here in the Models tab, you'll see all the models available on Venice via the API. If you want, you can toggle the ones you don't want to use off. You can toggle other ones on, etc. And now we can create a new project, which is a new folder on your computer. And inside this new project, hit New Session. Now we are able to choose our model. I will tell you right now, you're probably going to get the best results with Fable 5, but it is expensive and it is also not private. So as an alternative, that is cheaper, but still not the cheapest. I really like Kimi K3 Fast at the time of me recording this. You might also get pretty good results at an even better price with GLM 5.2. Sonnet or Opus are also great models for something like this. Remember, you can check the pricing at docs.venice.ai. You can see Kimi K3 here, for example, is $4.50 per million tokens input, $22.50 per million token output. Fable, meanwhile, is $12 per million input and $60 per million output. So once you've got your selection, Kimi K3 Fast in my case, I'm going to come back to this GitHub repo, click this green button and copy the URL here. And now I just say, let's set up the Venice Video Harness and submit that. Remember, good practice here is if you're using a model that is not private, such as Fable, once you're done with your project, revoke that API key on the Venice API page. Just click that trash can icon and delete it. This way you can make sure your API key does not leak. So now that we have our harness installed, now we just say, let's use the Venice Video Harness to create a short film about Venice hitting 4 million users. And then I just do a basic brain dump. The idea is that a detective in Renaissance-era Venice is trying to find evidence, dirt on citizens of the city, but he cannot find anything because Venice keeps no logs. This should be comedic, fun music, intriguing, curiosity provoking. Let's walk through it and then you'll create video. And that's really all you need to start off. You shoot off a prompt like that, a basic brain dump, and since you have the harness installed, the agent will know exactly where to look and what to do, and it follows all the rules and all of this code to create your video. So the agent's asking me questions, and you can see even before the questions, we see all the thinking it's already done. The concept, the case of the empty ledger, the story beats, the character, the production plan, which is all built into the harness software, and the dialogue strategy. And here it'll start asking questions. Which frame format should the film be? I'll say 16:9 cinematic. How should the story be voiced? No VO, just dialogue. How should the detective's narration sound? Well, we're not going to have that anyway, so it shouldn't really matter. Burn subtitles into the final video? No, but if you want, it will do that as well. It will render those in. Click submit, and when it has no more questions, it will generate the video for you.
We have.
A city of ghosts! Nothing sticks to anyone!
Behold the sum of my genius.
The perfect crime!
So it's not perfect, but it's really close. There's a couple shots I need to regenerate. Like this, for example, it made the wrong reference image here. And that's when I simply tell OpenCode, in shot 5, the machine is not consistent, regenerate the reference image of the note coming out of the machine and regenerate that shot. I shoot that off and then it'll fix it. So that's one way to perfect and fine-tune and polish your video that the harness creates. The other way would be to find the folder that the video harness created. Come here into episodes, find your episode, and here in scene 1, we'll see all the video files. And there's two things we can do with a model like Seedance. Number one is we could actually take the shot that had a problem, this one, and upload that as a reference here to Seedance 2.5 and use the edit video prompt. And then we find the media library, all the different references in the character folder. The paper really should have come out of there, right? So I'll say strictly edit video 1, change the text parchment to pop out of the machine to match the machine in image 1. This should be a close-up of the gloved hand retrieving the note being printed, for example. Then we know that that's a 5-second shot, so we choose 5 seconds, keep the aspect ratio, and submit that. That is the manual way of going about fixing these shots. I recommend getting comfortable with that if you like the idea of the Venice Video Harness, because it's probably not going to get everything right the first time. But like I said before, it gets a lot of the dirty work, the bulk of the busy work done, and creates something pretty good to work with. But there's a third way to go about editing and fine-tuning your video now, and this is for more advanced creators. The Venice Video Harness will also pop out an XML file, and this is a file you can import into your favorite nonlinear video editor, such as DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, etc. And here in my editor, you'll see that there is an FCP XML file inside of the folder that the harness worked inside to create the video. So I just come up here to import XML. And here we see all the different shots in the video, and I can literally just come in here. You might see some little gaps sometimes. This is still a work in progress, but we can fine tune it. And then you will see in your timeline all the shots from the video, and we see the audio. I can detach the audio to make some L or J cuts, for example.
A city of ghosts.
Turn the audio down.
A city.
Maybe make that quicker.
A city of ghosts.
And now I can do more fine-tuned, granular editing in my favorite video editor, which, depending on your method of creating, might be preferable to you. Finally, one neat little feature of the Venice Video Harness that's still a work in progress, but it might help you, is a visual workshop of what the harness is doing that will run in your browser. All you gotta say is run the browser workshop so I can see the reference images before you generate any videos, and the agent will launch it for you. You can look at everything on your browser. This is a community work in progress, so your feedback is always welcome. Remember that even if you don't consider yourself a power user, all you need is a Venice API key these days, and the ultimate creativity is at your fingertips. Join us in the Venice Discord to share what you're working on. And remember, when you choose a private model with Venice, there is zero data retention. Nothing that you send gets logged anywhere. Happy creating.